Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Before and After Dawn podcast with your host, truly as always, Queen Krazy K. And this is going to be episode 123. Raw, SmackDown, WWE, Live, NXT, AEW after Raw and SmackDown went off the air. Everything you need to know, want to know, and more covering the last week. Now, this will be a double knockout. Not over last week, but also this past week that we just passed Crown Jewel. So that makes it episode 124, double knockout as well. So with that being said, this is going to be a double knockout, episode 123, episode 124. Covering Raw, SmackDown, the Live, NXT, AEW. I've been talking about Raw versus the SmackDown. How the thing with Raw, what we got going on between that, moving forward now, we got a few more Raws and SmackDown before we head to Survivor Series. And after Crown Jewel's over, it settles it to where we're at now. That Seth Rollins is one of a kind, setting his heart, not only his sweat, blood, tears, literally broken bones, limbs, bodies, in and out of that ring, champion or no champion, by himself or with a team or brawl fighting, no matter what it is or what the situation is or was. Seth Rollins has always showed up, showed out, given it all, given it his best. He is truly one of the best superstars to ever step foot in the ring, and that's why I love Seth Rollins so much. He's one of my favorites, and I talk about him all the time in my podcast. I talk about my main favorites of all time, who's been in there for over 20 years. John Cena, Randy Orton, and Rey Mysterio. With Randy Orton, Braun with Kevin Owens, who obviously Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens match isn't over yet. He's a 14-time World Heavyweight Champion. He's a future Hall of Famer, a legendary. Obviously, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens beating the hell out of each other. That feud is going to continue and not over as far as we head to SmackDown this week after Crown Jewel and towards Survivor Series now. That also brings me to Sami Zayn. Now, he tried to help the bloodline like we all knew what happened. Obviously, a sticky situation happened there. But the fact is, not like blood or not, family doesn't have to be blood. You can be closer when you're not blood as family than when somebody you're blood with as family. So, despite Jay Uso saying you're not family, he's just feeling some type of way. You don't want no one to stab him in the back. He's already built his self-conscious and where he could be, greatest tag team champions of Raw and SmackDown for 14 years. But now in dominating the bloodline, being the right-hand man, he's the one making history because he's the reason why that happened. So, while the accomplishments was happening and stuff, just not, of course, giving his credit. So, for him to come all this way, change the beef, come on Raw, everybody's eating, main event Jey Uso, seeing him as him and not as just one of the twins, and seeing him as a former Intercontinental Champion individual, what he can do on his own. His brother is really proud of him to do that. Like I've been saying, he's probably the proudest of him, and Roman too. But obviously, he doesn't want to go back to where they just use him or they degrade him, or he kind of just gets shoved in the back, or he wants to show up and show out. Be one of a kind, be a superstar for once on his own. So I understand the frustrations from Jey by him saying, hey Sami, you ain't family. Yeah, this is all bloodline family besides Sami, but Sami Zayn's been there for you since day one. Even when you didn't like Sami, he's put his body on the line so much that even you, Jey Uso, then he were to, have Sami Zayn's back when he got put on the pencil, let him know, hey, he's true to this group, he's true to this family, he's already proven himself. And then they've been best friends since they come over to Raw, reuniting that vibe that they got going on Raw. And you could feel it, that it is love, it is family, blood or not. So Jay was just feeling some type of way. I don't blame him for saying what he said. Hey, you're not family, back off. And of course, let everybody know I ain't going come back to that. I ain't gonna be a right hand man. I ain't gonna kiss your ass and bow down. I'm gonna be my own individual as a team. But this ain't gonna happen. And you're gonna treat me as equality. Or this ain't gonna happen. I understand where Jay Uso is coming from. And I understand having the eyes in the back of his head wondering is, hey, is Solo gonna try to get me on that team against y'all? Or is y'all gonna stab me in the back? And a lot of emotions going on for Jay Uso. But he's like, yo, yeah, this is family though. This is blood though. Y'all never go against family, as far as, yeah, you have, brother against brother, cousin against cousin. It's good to now unite with your brother on this side, like versing him around this time. It's good to have your cousin say he's proud of you when you've been helping him this whole entire time. Now he acknowledges you for once now. Saying he acknowledging you, what you've done as an individual. Of course, your brother being happy for you as a former senior champion. And the WWE Universe is so proud of seeing you that you sold the most merchandise than a few big superstars like Roman Reigns, CM Punk, big superstars around here who's been in here for years too. Yes. But you've been here for 14 years selling the most merchandise. Everybody eating on SmackDown. Everybody eating on Crown Jewel. They're happy to see you. You're getting acknowledged by your cousin for once. You're getting the love from your brother as once. Getting to see you as an individual for once. And everybody's respecting you and seeing you for once. So that's good to be. That's something to be happy and be proud of. As far as bloodline situation, Sami Zayn tried to help out. And even in that moment, Jay let Jimmy know, hey, yo, it was an accident. Sami Zayn was just trying to help out. Like, he stuck up for Sami. Despite what he said, he stuck up for Sami. And was blocking Jimmy like, hey, that was an accident. He was just trying to help us out. And it was, But the fact that he stood up to his brother and let him know, hey, you're sticking for Sami, that just shows you, no matter what you say, Sami is family. He the wise man, Paul Heyman, who's obviously been a part of the bloodline since the first bloodline member, and I'm talking way back, the Uncle's Tag Team Champions, The Rock, and then before Roman Reigns and the Usos, and Maga, and all of them, and you got his father, Rikishi, Hall of Famers, legendaries, people that passed away that are still here. Paul Heyman has been a part of the bloodline family since the beginning of wrestling. So Paul Heyman definitely is that wise man. I think we're going to need him to hold them together as far as getting them together and sticking together. I think that Paul Heyman is going to be that voice of the reason that's able to collaborate it together as far as getting Sami Zayn, Jimmy, and Jay and Roman on the same team for the original Bloodline versus the Bloodline at War Games at Survivor Series. Like I called it before, Crown Jewel, we all had a feeling that would happen, but I think that's what needs to happen as far as we getting closer to Survivor Series. That needs to be official on SmackDown for Survivor Series. And as far as that goes, like I said, with Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, it ain't over. They're going to have to do a no disqualification match with those two. I think that will be something for Randy and Kevin at this point. I think Cody Rhodes deserved making history as the first ever Crown Jewel World Men's World Champion, dominant, making history at Crown Jewel, and even earned the respect after the match was over because he did so well. And, it's hardly you see Gunther respect his opponents. He did respect Randy Orton last time he versed him. But usually Gunther just dominates or he moves on. But he actually respected Cody Rhodes. So for Cody Rhodes to earn that respect of a guy who doesn't usually respect anybody except himself, that means you did something. You not only got him to see you, but you also made history. And Cody Rhodes earned it and deserved it. The people who are like, oh, he's been here for years and he's only been in the legacy with Randy Orton and he's only been tag team champions, went to the A&W, he's had to find his way at Stardust, the dashing Cody Rhodes. I don't know if you remember the mask Cody Rhodes. People like me have been paying attention, watching Cody Rhodes for years. He's collided in that ring with Randy Orton, who's been his friend and had his back since day one. You've seen something in him since day one. Then he knocks off the tribal chief. He makes history at WrestleMania, being the WWE champion and knocking on someone that was undefeated. Gets the tangle with The Rock, one of the greatest of all time. Gets respect from Triple H, one of the Hall of Famers and legendary greatest of all time, CEO of the company. And now you get respect from this opponent who, you had some heated words back and forth with. Now he respects you and he sees you and you get to be champion and you get to make history at Crown Jewel. So the question is, what's next for Cody Rhodes? And will they make that no disqualification match between Randy Orton and Kevin Owens? Because, that need an update on their injuries, how bad it is, and if we can get that match at Survivor Series. And the original Bloodline versus the Bloodline obviously needs to happen. We all want that at War Games. That's going to be the main event right there. We're all going to be talking about the original Bloodline versus the Bloodline at Survivor Series of War Games. For sure. Get Sami Zayn and Paul Heyman on that team. And I want that no disqualification match between Kevin and Randy. I think that's a middle card. That'll be a heated card. That'll be fun to watch, but the Bloodline is going to main event. And Cody, well, the question is what's next, because at this point, I think he's already beaten everybody as far as anyone wanting opportunity right now that we know of. So I guess we'll see what happens with that one. So as Raw, we all saw what happened with Liv Morgan. She made history. First ever women's Crown Jewel World Champion, but obviously didn't do it right. Now, that's another question, what's going on with Tiffany and Nia, as Tiffany was going to cash that in and Nia practically warned her. I think Tiffany's going to cash in that Money in the Bank and take that women's championship belt from Nia, because she already told her, you're pissing me off, thinking I have to be your right arm woman, man. And she's a former NXT champion. She tangled with Hall of Famer, well, not Hall of Famer yet, but a woman who made history in the NXT, one of our horsemen, Becky Lynch. Tiffany is dominant since she came to SmackDown. Princess in the Bank, stole the show at Elimination Chamber, former NXT champion, and she's also tangled in the ring with the horsewoman like Becky Lynch. She's been one of a kind on SmackDown with the athleticism that she has and a short period of time that she's shown out and showed up and show what she's made of and what she's capable of. So I think Tiffany, it's Tiffy time. Cashing that Money in the Bank for the SmackDown Women's Champion over Nia Jax. Let her know who you are around here. I think Randy Orton needs a no disqualification match against Kevin Owens, because that was just ridiculous. This is out of control at this time. We're update on your injuries, and Cody, you're the champion. What's next? Original Bloodline versus we all waiting for that main event. That covers SmackDown and Survivor Series after Crown Jewel. Go ahead, make sure you watch live, follow, subscribe on Instagram and YouTube. Check out my page, story and highlights, and also I got TikTok as well. And check out my Crown Jewel video, including 31 Days Halloween video, and also check out my Happy Halloween, which is spooky haunted houses and berry pumpkin patch, and did a spooky rapping video and did some challenges as well. They're all on Instagram or all on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, between those three places. So make sure you guys check them out as well. Check out my updates and highlights of this podcast from the last 2 weeks that I just said. I also got Raw and SmackDown, some predictions, some updates and behind the scenes of Crown Jewel, including the press conference and talk afterwards. I think what's next for Liv is we're all waiting for Rhea Ripley to return. And I think Rhea Ripley is going to return sooner than we think. And she'll cost. I wouldn't say cost her the championship belt, but I would say Rhea Ripley is coming sooner than what we think. I was hoping that Rhea and Tiffany would team up against Liv and Raquel at Survivor Series, so that Rhea can handle the NXT history with Raquel at Survivor Series, and Liv can handle, or then Tiffany can handle Liv due to her constantly taking shots at her. at Survivor Series. And then that would take Rhea to get her Women's Championship belt against Liv at WrestleMania by winning the Royal Rumble. And also, then that would take Tiffany cashing in her Money in the Bank on Nia, who her next opponent might be. We'll find out towards WrestleMania. So I think that's what's going to happen as far as Survivor Series. And then we got the Best of on SmackDown holiday time. We got New Year's, and then we got Royal Rumble, and then WrestleMania, and a couple of stuff between there. So most definitely I see that happening. So time will tell, but I see that happening. I vision that. I'm calling the shots right now. I think that's going to happen. I think that's a creative idea, and that's going to happen as far as I see it. Now, with that being said, that handles the main Raw situation. At the Crown going towards Survivor Series, the SmackDown situation. That handles a couple other things. Seth Rollins gave it on that ring against Bryce Reese, and what's next for Seth. And Gunther, as he took that L and respected Cody. And of course, Jay's still on the Raw brand, wondering about this bloodline situation with Sammy. So can they get on the same page with the question? So that's what's going on between Raw. As we got Monday Night Raw tonight, I'll be doing my Raw prediction, Raw commentary, watching Raw, and posting my Raw video. So check out my other Raw video. Check out my double podcast for last week, double podcast this week. Check out my Crown Jewel video. Check out I'll be doing my Raw video tonight, prediction, commentary, result, watching Raw. Check out my SmackDown video and updates. I posted some rap battles on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, so follow Scott on the screen. YouTube. Check out my other rapping videos. I also did a spooky rapping video, podcast and challenges, and 31 days of Halloween. And I just did my double podcast this week. Covered all the updates. I even covered towards Survivor Series and Royal Rumble WrestleMania. So be sure to watch live on Scott on the screen YouTube. Check it all out. Enjoy it and enjoy that Crown Jewel video. Enjoy that SmackDown video. Enjoy the updates and the rapping video. Tell me what you think of the rap rattles and rapping freestyle that I did. And tell me what you think also of this double podcast. Watch it, like it, follow, subscribe on YouTube. Check it out on TikTok. Check out some pages, story highlights up there. A lot of things you're missing out on. So with all that being said, I will cover it for today. I'll see you guys next time. Green Kids, peace.